Okay, so today we're going to discuss on how to create a walkthrough using Revit. So if you're going to create a exterior walkthrough, probably you should be on your site plan here on the project browser. But if you're going to create a walkthrough interior or interior walkthrough, you should be on your floor plan level or level 1, depending on what uh, walkthrough or you're going to show with your presentations. So to create a walkthrough, there are two ways. The first one is by clicking this icon, the small arrow beside that icon, and you can see here the walkthrough. The other one is by going to the View tab and then clicking the drop down arrow, and then you can see here the walkthrough. So once you click this one, you're now ready to create your walkthrough, or placing your cameras for your walkthrough. So here on your option tab, you can see here the perspective, offset, and then from level 1. So from level 1, it means that you are creating your walkthrough at level 1, which has an offset of 1750. This is in millimeter. Okay, so usually I use here 1.5 or 1.3 for the eye level. So offset is like your eye level on your walkthrough. So above 0, you have the 1750. So what I'm going to do is put 1.5, value of 1.5 for my walkthrough. So next, you will be placing now your cameras. So if you have a slopey site, you can actually change this from level 1 to level 2. So depending on you. So for example, I'm going to place this one here, here, one here. Then at this part, I'll make this to level 2 since this is a slopey site as well. And let's make it like this one. There. Okay, so after placing your cameras, you can click escape key to your keyboard there, and then click edit walkthrough. So by the way, once you created the walkthrough, it will be placed on your project browser. So if you scroll down, you can see here now your walkthroughs. So edit. So now we're going to edit our walkthrough. So upon clicking it, you can see on your ribbon panel the previous keyframe, previous frame, open walkthrough, and reset cameras. Below that, from your option tab, you have here the controls, the frame. So let's discuss first about the frame. So frame or walkthrough, or if you are creating a video, for example, uh, the video you're creating is made up of different frames or multiple frames. It's like your, your it's like a picture, multiple picture that uh, collected to create a video. So as the default, you have a 300 frames. So if you have more frames, it will affect the time of your video. So the more frame, the more lengthy it is. Okay. So if you want to go back to the first camera that you put or locate on your site, you can just type here 1, or you can just click this one, previous keyframe, to go back to your first camera. So if you want it to be like instant on your first, just type 1, and then uh, you will go back to your first camera. So next is your controls. So these controls, there are active camera, path, add keyframe, and remove keyframe. So currently we're in the active camera, meaning that we're editing our camera in our walkthrough. If you click, if you change it to path, you're now changing the path of your camera. You can move this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Revit helps you to easily choose which controls that you're going to do. Either uh, editing your camera, your path, adding a path, or removing a path. So next to path is add keyframe. So add keyframe is that you just have to click here on the path that you created, and then it will add another keyframe. Okay, so next is remove keyframe. So you have to click the red spots here. Those are the keyframe that you've created. So if you click this one, it will be removed. Okay, so let's go back to active camera. So in active camera, so you can see here the magenta dot, and then you can see here uh, a circle. Okay, so this magenta dot, it indicates your view. So you can actually swivel it to see your, I mean to create a view for your walkthrough. So this circle is called the far clip. Okay, so whatever this far clip passes through, it will be seen on your walkthrough. So meaning this far clip is up to here. So behind this far clip won't be seen in your walkthrough. So what you have to do is to adjust this one. Okay, for you to uh, see it in your background of your walkthrough. Okay, so once we're done editing our first camera or keyframe, we'll go to our next keyframe. So just click the next keyframe. If you click the next frame, so here in option tab, you're at 22.6 frame. So if we click the next keyframe, it will be just located near your keyframe. Okay, so that's the one that you're editing, not the keyframe. Well, same as well this one, we just have to edit it. Okay. So once you're done, you can just click here outside if you're done editing your walkthrough. But since I want this last part, this last three part, to be like floating in the air, so what I'm going to do is I have to go to south view. Okay, sorry, west view, so I can see the camera. So here I just remove the, okay, so I go to the walkthrough. Okay, we'll have let's try to watch it. So right click and then show camera, then edit walkthrough. So let's play. Let's go back to frame one and then play. So from there, the tree blocks our camera. So what we're going to do is to move it up. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's just close this one. Okay. So let's open our show camera, then type WT. Okay. So we're going to add the west west view. Let's remove this one. Okay. Uh, so, okay, so WT. So edit walkthrough. So the point that we're going to edit is this, the one. Okay. So we're going to change this to path. Okay, then move this up. Okay. And then change to active camera. Then change the path. Then here, next keyframe. So there. So change to active. So previews, then previews. Okay. So okay. So you can see here the editing or the edit that happened. Okay. So on this part, we're going to make this high. So go back to the okay, previews keyframe and this one as well. So we'll change the height. So path and let's make this high as well. So sorry. Um, Show camera so we can edit this. So the tree blocked our. So change this to path. And then previews. So we can maybe change it here. Okay. Okay, we can remove this one since it's blocking. Or we can make it too high so it won't block our there. Then change this to active and move. Yeah. Okay. So previews. I will go to let's go this one to the north side. Okay, then so let's go here, edit. Okay, so we're on this side. Okay, let's see. So, where's our path? Okay, so let's try this south. So we're at the south view. Let's change this to okay. Photo. Where are we? Okay, so this is the south, west, should be north. Okay. Okay, then change this to active. Okay, so let's try to go to east. Maybe that's the right view. Anyways, there. Next is, let's try to go back. Okay, so let's try to change this on the move the east. It's on this side. We can change the path there. Okay, so next, previous keyframe. Okay, let's change. Then here, maybe we can move this outside. Same as this. There. And then active camera. There. So next keyframe or previews. So change this. Then move it upwards. Uh, then active. Okay, again. Okay. You just have to move this up. Okay. So next is previous keyframe. Or we can just delete this one. Remove this. Okay. So reviews. Okay, let's close this one. Okay, let's try to rewatch this. Let's see what happened. Okay, so the focal point has changed. Okay, so there. Let's try to rewatch. Okay, we need some editing on our again. So let's go to west, I believe. No, sorry, south. And then WT. So edit walkthrough. Yeah, so next keyframe. So next, okay. So we're here. So south. There. So next keyframe. Okay. So let's close. So this is now our final output. So let's play it again. Change this to 1. There. You can actually change the graphic display. So we can use the shaded or realistic depending on how do you want your uh, project to look like. So there. So let's play it again. So if you change your graphic display into a realistic or somewhat into render, uh, you will notice that it will be too slow or possible it will hang or load. So for presentation, as much as possible, you can use the shaded one. Okay, there. So you'll notice uh, what's happening. So it's kind of loady or lag. If you make it too realistic, what more if you make it too render? To render. So maybe it depends on your computer or system of your computer. If you have a high specs of computer, definitely it will run smoothly. But if it's not that, so expect to be it would be like that. Okay, so that's it. So next is in the modify cameras. Sorry. So next is we will have to create the size of our uh, walkthrough. Okay, here on your properties browser, you can see here the crop view and crop region view. So crop view, it means this one. Crop region view is this. So if I uncheck this one, you will not see the edges of your crop region. Okay. So to see it, you have to click this one. Then let's change this to shaded at least. And then here on your ribbon panel, you can see here the size crop. So for the size crop, uh, you have here the width and the height. So it's like in the camera, no, you have the ratio for your crop view. So for the default size, if you want to have a 4:3 ratio, you can use 150 mm, and for the height would be 113. Okay, so this is just like the standard uh, view or ratio. Okay, so if you apply it, let's look at it. So this is the crop view. So if you want to be like an HD, uh, the ratio would be 16:9. So 338 by 190. Okay, so that would be the view. So if we increase this one again, yeah. So to save this, just click File, then click Export, then Images and Animations, then Walkthrough. So for the length, so every uh, seconds you have 15 frames. So if you want to lessen that time, so this is in 20 seconds. So we can increase this one like say 30. So it will become 10 seconds. So we just want it to be fast. So let's say 35 or 40. Okay. Make it this actual size. So actual size, this will be the dimensions. So let's try 13. There. So once you're done, just click OK, and then save it to your desktop. Okay. Or where you ever want to save it. So that will happen if you want to decrease the time. So there. So that's the result of our walkthrough.